want to get everybody over to the John and Ann Show. John here.
This is Ann, and obviously that was John's reaction to TNA Lockdown last night. He loved it.
What?
Loved it.
Oh God! What a waste of money. They should call it Botch Down. That's what it was called. That's what they should rename the pay-per-view. Oh boy.
I actually didn't think it was too bad.
Oh, it was bad.
I thought it was okay. I mean,
it was bad.
The ending was predictable. Well, you weren't laughing last night. I saw your face a few times.
I love Taz.
Oh gosh, that laugh. I feel like we got to start every show with the Taz clip.
Well, we did Scott Steiner.
We did Scott Steiner.
I think it's time for Taz clips now. Taz from TNA, not from WWE, because he was ridiculous in WWE, but TNA he's gotten way worse. And it's not even cool anymore. It's just bad. But last night,
just Taz talking throughout the entire pay-per-view, supporting Aces and Eights.
That's all he did.
Again, he has to because he's part of the group. But it just got tired. So tiresome.
I like how they're Mike today and going back and forth.
Yeah, right. That was pretty funny. And then you have the guy in the middle whose name is not important.
Yeah, not.
But he's just there in the middle, like with Mike Tenay and Taz going at each other.
Doesn't even matter.
I'm just waiting for the Taz Mike Tenay match.
There was one part when they were showing Taz. He has a mug on his face because I think it was after Lethal Lockdown. He just has a mug and I started laughing. You guys missed it. He was just sitting there with a big mug on his face.
Was that after the entire pay-per-view? Or was that after the...
after the Lockdown match.
Oh, okay.
After Lethal Lockdown.
Which you guys said wasn't really a Lethal Lockdown.
No, very disappointing.
And we'll get into that later on.
Very disappointing.
But let's just start off with...
Actually, there's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lockdown happened. I got Raw tonight. We'll preview that a little later. 6 o'clock in the morning, World Baseball Classic, upset.
The timing is killing me. But, yeah. It did go on long enough to the point where we did get to watch it together. So.
Entertaining, I must say.
Definitely. It definitely was. I can't believe the result, still. I still can't believe it.
I left the house, it was 6-4 Cuba. Come back, it's 6-6.
And the result, the Netherlands pulling it out.
We'll get to that way later, but let's start off with Lockdown. Opening match. Oh, the X Division.
Oh, my goodness. At least we're getting it out of the way now.
We can get it out of the way.
Kenny King versus Zema Ion with Christian York. Christian York is there this time. Not RVD, it's Christian York. So I'm thinking...
What happened to that rematch clause?
I don't know. RVD, I guess he was just so high that he forgot that he even had the X Division title at some point.
Let's lay low on RVD's,
That apple bomb really screwed him up.
I guess so. I mean, look how high he was in that Kenny King match. Oh, what happened? Oh, I lost?
What'd I lose? Well, anyway, I mean, this match, I've said for a number of weeks that the X Division isn't what it used to be. It's not even close.
And they're having an X Division extravaganza pay-per-view on a Friday. On a Friday. People go out Fridays. Right?
I would hope so.
And we used to have it Sunday. Be smart about it. No, we're going to have it Friday. And on WrestleMania weekend.
You're kidding. That's when it is?
Yes!
Wow.
Duh. Well,
I guess that's why.
Let's put out a pay-per-view that, Access is going on. You have the WrestleCon stuff. You have the Hall of Fame. Let's put this on a Friday where I guarantee no one's going to order it.
No.
Only TNA smarts.
No, but I mean, it is smart of them in a way. What they should have done was either try and get another weekend.
Yeah,
I understand
if they can't. That's so stupid.
If they can't do that, I understand because it might be something with the venue or something like that. But at least they're not putting it on a Sunday.
Or go old school. Go put it on a Wednesday because they used to have pay-per-views on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So at least do that.
The most recent, that was, yeah, that's right. That's right.
They used to do pay-per-views on Wednesday, but let's get to this match, and boy, when I see botches, I've never seen a botch like this before.
Well, what I was saying before was that I've been saying for a number of weeks that the X Division is just boring compared to what it used to be. Not even close. including the matches on Impact. Nothing special, especially when it's Kenny King versus somebody and it's not Zima Ion, because I feel like Zima Ion's the one there that does impress, But this time, this was a match where they actually tried to do some X Division stuff.
Oh, there were some good spots in the match,
and it seems like Zima Ion again, great at what he does. Yeah, again, I don't know how safe he is to work with, but Kenny King, I mean. The first X Division move that he tried to pull off was
so stupid.
It was some sort of moonsault off of one of the opponents. He botched it, and rather than have a clean moonsault on top of whoever was outside,
he almost breaks his damn neck.
He basically launched himself headfirst into the barricade.
Yeah, moron.
I'm gonna tell you something. If that had been the WWE style barricade, he'd have a broken neck.
I think so.
Because even though it's cushioned,
I just want to know what
even though it's cushioned, it's not solid. No. Even though it's cushioned, it is solid. It's not going to move. Whereas the barricade in TNA was just like the metal bars, and he hit it, and it moved with him, but obviously it still hurts.
Oh, of course.
Like at least we saw that he was still moving around.
Like I said, there were.
Well, like I was saying. The most important thing you look for after a botch like that is the person moving. Can they move on their own?
Yeah.
That's what you look for. I didn't start laughing until I saw Kenny King was okay.
Yeah, right.
And was able to continue the match.
Good point.
Again, nothing against Kenny King. I just don't think he's too impressive in the ring. John actually pointed out that he was amazing in ROH. I'll take that for what it's worth because I didn't get to see any of it.
He was.
So I know you've borrowed a few ROH DVDs. If he's in any of those, I would like to see a clip. Okay.
Yes.
But again, there were a few spots in there where they were impressive.
No, they were. Like I said, there were some good spots, but there were a couple of botches. That was one of them. I think there was another botch after that.
That was definitely the most notable botch.
They showed it again. Oh, what was the one?
They showed a replay. Yeah.
What was the one they he missed. I think he missed the kick.
Yeah, he was doing this kick towards Christian York. I guess York was supposed to catch the kick.
Yeah, and he missed it.
He missed it.
But they show the botch, and they don't show that one. Great TNA.
But again, that might be on Christian York, unless Kenny King threw the kick out too early. I don't know. But I mean, like I said, it seems like the best spots of that match were included Zima Ion. That's why I'm giving him most of the credit.
No, you're right. Like I said,
then there's this DDT type. Who was it? Zima Ion had he jumped over the springboard off the ropes or something like that to break the neck of Christian York, who had Kenny King ready for a DDT, and all of them, a lot of impact there. Then he had another spot where Kenny King had Zima Ion on his arms on the top rope. Christian York goes, powerbombs Kenny King. Zima Ion's thrown. Good spot.
Oh, it was.
Good spot.
Like I said, there were some good spots in it, but I think it took away from the botches.
This is what I would call. But again, this isn't an X Division match that even compares to the matches of old, but at least they tried this time.
No, they did.
Because I feel like
they did, but I'm just sick and tired of the same three people.
Yeah, I feel like they've been half-assing it. For a while now.
They have.
And this time they actually tried it out, and that's why we got this kind of a botch fest going on here.
So.
Now, again, it's still a good match. I still enjoyed it. It was kind of fast-paced, not as fast-paced as I thought it would be. But, take it for what it's worth. It's a good way to start the show, I guess. It
was okay. I mean, like I said, the botches did it for me, and it just took away from the match. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there were good spots out there, I'm not like, it's a good way to start up the pay-per-view, but I thought if you add the botches to it and you look back at it, it's not that good.
Right.
But it's good for what it is. I would say decent. Yeah. Decent opening match. If the botches weren't there, I'd say good. But add the botches and all that kind of stuff. Like, if you remove the botches from the match, it's a good match.
Absolutely.
But
it's just that they were so noticeable.
I know.
They're so noticeable, and we're hit. But again, I mean, it's just a bad break for the first botch. Kenny King launching himself into the barricade. He just seemed to slip.
Yeah.
That was it. You can't help that. I'm not gonna put that on him. At least he's all right. That's the main thing. But like I said, not a bad way to start off the show.
Yeah, I like it. No, you like this. So you got your opinion. I got mine. I just didn't like. Like I said, the botches just took away from the match.
Right.
So obviously your winner is Kenny King. I was 1-0, baby.
Yeah, we all predicted Kenny King winning. Rob was hopeful that Christian York will pull it out.
Nah.
But no, nothing.
Nah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't like about the match, the ending. Because you're trying to make this match fast paced, and you succeeded for the most part, but then the way Kenny King just hits his finisher.
Yeah.
On Christian York.
Yep.
Just like nonchalantly hits his finisher. And Zima Ion's
he
there in the
reversed
corner.
it. He reversed it first.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought the match was going to continue. Then he hits it and it's over.
Right.
He
set up for his move. Christian York reversed it. And then Kenny King hits it anyway afterwards. And that was the end of the match. And I thought that was a lame way to end it.
Yeah. No, 100% correct.
And Christian York's eyes were open while he was being pinned, and he watched the ref.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I mean,
I figure you're going to kick out,
It's funny because whenever you see that, and I don't know why.
But look who was reffing the match.
Was it Earl Hebner?
Was it? I thought it was Earl Hebner.
I don't know. I don't remember who was reffing the match, but yeah, he just watched the three count. I mean, Christian York. I mean, just keep your eyes closed. If you're not going to kick out, there's no reason to look at the ref.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I just don't like the ending.
Winner's Kenny King. By the way, someone has joined the Dunkin' Donuts party.
Oh boy.
So Undertaker, Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio. I guess they met up with Jeremy Borash.
Jeremy Borash.
And they started eating a lot of donuts together because Mr. Borash is kind of a little fat.
He's gotten a little pudgy.
He's a little chubby wubsy in the facey.
Well, I haven't seen enough of Jeremy Borash over the years to see
if you go back,
gained weight or not.
Oh, if you go back, he's one skinny. He's skinny.
Yeah.
Like he's not a twig, but he's in good shape.
Yeah.
Now you look at him now, just like Samoa Joe.
He put some pounds on. Well, Samoa Joe. Holy cow!
I told you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. What happened to him?
But before we get to Samoa Joe, though.
Next we get
the greatest match of all time.
Shut up.
John loved this.
I hated it.
He was really.
This made me want to puke. But first, we had a backstage thing with Joseph Parks and stuff like that, and they've been ribbing him all week.
Yes, ribbing.
Ribbing.
John's favorite term.
Kazarian Daniels come up and tell him Dixie Carter was looking for him at catering. Park rushes off, and we got a promo from Kaz and Daniels. Okay, not much to talk about there. It's their typical promo. Next, we got Joey Ryan and versus Joseph Parks.
Yes. It's funny because I actually couldn't remember who Joey Ryan was.
I wish I forgot too until I saw him.
This is basically,
and I cried.
This is basically my introduction to Joey Ryan, and it was very interesting.
I wanted to cry.
Oh boy,
I was in tears.
It was something else. This guy comes out and
rubbing baby oil all over him.
Yeah, that was during the Joseph Park entrance. Joseph Park was coming out, and then we got a shot of Joey Ryan rubbing himself with baby oil.
Oh God!
And I was just thinking to myself,
forever.
Oh my goodness! And the way he was doing it too.
This match was god awful.
Well, I guess this was supposed to be one of those more comedic matches. I guess. You know?
Still terrible. Santino Morella's got better comedy matches than this. At least it's believable. This was a joke.
Ugh. This was
Joseph Park was throwing himself all over the place.
I was laughing the entire time. So was Rob. And then we look at John, and we're just like joking around. We're like, look at it. Look at John's face. You ordered this. We didn't make you order this. This was your decision.
$30 wasted. No, $39.99.
It was not wasted. We had a good time watching that.
Of course, we always have a good time watching it. But then it's the aftermath. when you go back and was it worth it? Was it really worth it? No, it wasn't. Obviously Joseph Park wins with his the sternum buster. I think Taz called it.
Is that what he called it?
Yes, he did.
He basically just sat on.
He sat on Joseph Ryan. That's it.
Joey Ryan's chest.
He planted his big abyss butt. Oh, Joseph Park's butt on to Joey Ryan's, and that's it.
Right.
Match over. We see footage of Jeff Hardy arriving today. Yay. Brooke Hogan is backstage talking to Bully about his match.
It gives him a kind of
pep talk.
Trying to, pep talk, saying that no matter what happens, win or lose,
I still love you.
Make sure the fans remember you for the rest of their lives. Hogan says that's what Andre told him. It's funny because I always try to picture that when he was saying that.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't. But then Bully's like looking all inspired. And Hogan admits he wants a son-in-law as the World Heavyweight Champ, TNA World Heavyweight Champ. And Bully's set to go. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. So I like how they threw Brooke Hogan out of the.
Yeah, Brooke, at first it was Brooke and Bully and
her terrible acting.
And then Hogan's like, give me and Bully a second.
That
means
leaves. Your acting stinks.
Yeah.
Get off screen. Go away. Go home. Next, I feel bad for Nick Hogan.
Nick Hogan. Oh my goodness, yes, so true. I didn't even realize this. It's funny because you forget Hogan even has a son.
Yeah, right.
Because there's one part where he's like, now I'm too old. I wish I could go for the championship, but now I can live through my son-in-law or something like that. And Rob mentions Nick Hogan must be just looking at the TV screen like with his mouth open. I can't believe
it. Poor Nick Hogan. Next we get Gail Kim versus Velvet Sky. I did not like this. Even though I love looking at Gail Kim now. Oh my god. She's so hot.
See, the thing with knockouts matches, it's actually kind of like the X Division where the matches aren't that good anymore.
This was okay.
They're still better than WWE's Diva matches.
There was a couple of good moments in the match, but I think the best moment was the hair extensions falling out of.
Yes, let's get into that actually. So obviously by now you know that the knockouts ref is Taryn Terrell.
Yes.
All right, she's been there for a while. Storyline is that she's been bullied by
Gail Kim.
Gail Kim.
She's so funny.
Gail Kim thinks that Taryn Terrell has it in for her.
Yes.
That she's being biased. Taz at one point said there's a blonde bias.
A blonde bias.
So the match, not very interesting, but there's one spot where Taryn Terrell actually accidentally helped was it Gail Kim get eat the feet on Velvet Sky. But it took Gail a while to get the pin, and because of that, Sky kicked out, and Gail Kim again started pushing the ref,
backs her into the
corner, and slaps her. So then Gail Kim, she backs off a little bit, still yelling at her.
Well, she
told Taryn Terrell makes this face. Which must be the face that Drew McIntyre saw, and speared Gail Kim.
Typical any diva knockout always uses a spear. I don't get it.
And I said it. She's gonna do a spear, and I could tell because she was in the corner.
Yeah, right.
She did the spear, and then she started to just
go nuts,
banging her head on the mat,
and then we just see
so much so.
Hair extensions start flying off.
Yeah, hair extensions start flying off.
Left and right.
Taryn Terrell.
Damn.
It was too funny. I didn't even notice it at first. I think you mentioned it. That these extensions were flying off. And holy cow.
That's sad to have hair extensions.
It is. Then of course, and Gail Kim was daring Taryn Terrell to ring the bell.
Yes.
Taryn Terrell didn't do that. She speared her instead. Eventually, Velvet Sky gets the pin.
Like I said, I was so far 3-0 going into the next match. I called Velvet Sky retaining.
Yeah. Again, it's the same thing with Kenny King. They just won the titles.
So
I doubt they're gonna lose them now.
Like I said, it was okay. Not, it's forgettable. Looks like we're gonna have a feud with Terrell and Gail Kim.
I guess so.
I guess Velvet Sky goes on to new and better things.
Yeah.
Robbie E is back. And another botch.
Yes.
From Robbie E.
But I don't know if it's really a botch though, because I could have sworn I heard himself refer to himself as Big Rob before, and that the other one is Bigger Rob. I feel like he said that.
I thought he screwed up.
He might have. I don't know.
I thought he screwed up. But I'm going to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Take Robbie E versus Robbie T and...
Right, well, again,
I
figured that this was going to be a squash match. You know, for the whole time that they've been feuding together, Robbie E is the small one, right? Robbie E has been, like, pushing Robbie T's buttons. He's been, well, the most recent thing he did was I think he slammed the picture over his head when they were doing a bro-off. And, man, Robbie T is huge.
Yeah,
but,
he's huge.
So anyway, you know, they're going at it. And again, Robbie E gets his offense in. I guess they didn't want to completely bury him. He had a better showing than Zack Ryder's had in quite a while.
Oh, you know what? This match was terrible.
It was nothing special. It was another. But this was a bad match, actually.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I think worse than Joseph Parks and Joey Ryan.
This was just to showcase
Rob Terry.
Rob Terry. That was about it.
But damn, you're right. He's jacked.
Yes.
He's got like a small, like it's all big up here, but then you look at the chest or like the six-pack area, it's small. So it's small to big. I don't get it.
Well,
I'm looking for this pro. I almost have it. Just give me a minute. I'll give you winner Robbie T. Predicted that as well. I think you also had Robbie T.
Yeah, we all did.
Next was the tag team title match. Hernandez, Chavo Guerrero.
Yes. Now this was interesting.
Daniel Kazarian, Austin Aries, and Bobby Roode.
Now this is interesting because there were reports online about Bobby Roode's contract expiring.
All right, here we go. I gotta give me a second. I'm gonna get the sound up. So this was the promo from Robbie E.
Robbie E.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure get that out of the way, and here we go.
Knockouts champion. Coming up next here at Lockdown, it's Bro versus Bro. My guest at this time, Robbie E. taking on Big Rob Terry.
Tonight's the night, JB. Tonight is the night, bro. Robbie E. finally proves that Big Rob was always better than Bigger Rob, bro. Robbie T, I got your VIP, bro. I got your girls, bro. I got you on the list, bro. And what do you do for me? You hold me down for 2 years, you oversized hamster. Tonight, Robbie T, let me say this slow so y'all Texans understand. My former bro, I'm gonna make my hoe. Oh!
Nice.
Good God.
I don't
like you didn't buy it.
I don't think that was a botch.
No, I don't think that was a botch.
I don't think because I did hear another Impact where he's not. I think he stopped referring to himself as Little Rob.
Yes.
And he's just started calling himself Big Rob and the other one Bigger Rob. No, I don't think that was a botch.
No.
That was just.
I think Rob made a mistake on that part.
Robbie E. Yeah, he's a Robbie E.
No, Rob.
Rob, I know.
Yeah. I know. No, Rob.
Right. Our Rob.
Yes, our Rob. Okay.
Yes.
He made the mistake, not us. High five. High five. Yeah.
Fist bump.
Anyway, a lot of people were running about Bobby Roode's contract.
With that clip, I did notice that Jerry Maguire has gained some weight.
He's a fatty. Stop eating donuts with Undertaker, Mark Henry, and Rey Mysterio. It's not good. Not good.
Alright, well, anyway,
we do
a bit of a promo backstage, right?
Yes, also, a lot of people were wondering about Bobby Roode's contract.
Yeah. And we figured, the result of this match would let us know if that was legitimate or not.
Yep.
Or if they're just trying to get people more interested
And he didn't even cut a promo. He said like 2 words and that was it.
Yeah, he just passed by, said something, and left.
Normally when that happens, when a wrestler's leaving or something, they don't even do a promo. They just stare at the microphone or like look at the microphone, don't say a word, and leave.
Right.
But he said 2 words, but still, you have that feeling like maybe something happened with the contract, and they're gonna lose.
Okay.
So, match. Let me tell you, Hernandez. How many times did he do that stupid clothesline?
Yeah, this is where he springs himself over the top rope, and clotheslines 2 people.
Yes. Or give me one person.
Yeah, it could be one.
It had to be 3 or 4 times.
It was at least 4.
Oh my God! Can you come up with a better spot?
And it's like one thing I noticed at this match is every time he did it, he got an reaction.
Yeah.
I figured that was the plans. Because
we'll get to that later.
Every time you do that, the less of a reaction you're gonna get.
He did it 4 times, and then Chavo.
At least 4 times. At least. Well,
I know Chavo did the what is he called that? When he does the pile drive, not the suplexes. The Three Amigos. He did that 8 times.
Did he?
Yeah, 7, 8 times. I know that. Can they come up with something better?
Well,
don't get me wrong. A lot of people love it, but I don't know why they did it at Texas. Eddie Guerrero, understand that, But come on, I mean, why can't you just be original? That's the problem with his character. I finally figured it out. Stop taking after Eddie Guerrero. Come up with something you.
So you think his problem is that he's not becoming his own wrestler?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He's following his uncle, which is fine and dandy. But you did it in WWE. Why are you going to just take it to TNA? Come up with something new. Be you. There's no reason to use his movesets. Eddie Guerrero was special. And it worked for him. Mm-hmm. Doesn't work so much for you. You're a nephew. If maybe if it was son or something like that, it would work. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of shooting on Chavo right now, and let me tell you, he should really just change. Be yourself. There's no reason to follow your uncle. I loved Eddie Guerrero, but there's no reason you can't come up with something, a new gimmick for yourself. Would you want to follow your? Why would you follow you're Austin? Say if your uncle is Stone Cold.
Well, here's the thing.
You're gonna follow his movesets. Or you're gonna come up with something.
Well, here's the thing. It's the thing with Chavo is that he does always refer to his last name. Of course, he's always throwing out the I'm a Guerrero. We're warriors and stuff like that.
We get it.
The problem I don't think it's necessarily that he keeps using Eddie Guerrero's moveset. I think it's just that he hasn't come up with anything else on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
On his own, really, that stands out. Because if you look at his moveset, what stands out?
Nothing.
The Gory Bomb.
That's it.
And when was the last time he used that? I really would like to know when the last time he used that was. And that's the thing.
My problem.
If you're gonna use a few moves that Eddie Guerrero did, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. Go ahead, go for it. Do the tributes. That's fine. But he should have his own moves that separates himself from Eddie Guerrero. You know what I mean?
Should. I mean, I don't get it.
Right.
I mean, not many wrestlers do it. I mean, he's the only one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, okay. Yeah, that's the only one I can actually think of, to be honest.
Even Rey Mysterio, every time, he did do the frog splash at some point.
But he finally got rid of it.
Right, but he also still had his own moveset.
Yes.
He still had, the 619, he still had all the Hurricane Runners and all that stuff. But it's still a move.
Oh, it is.
I'm not saying it's a good one, but it's still something that's at least unique to him.
Yes, it magically beats Giants and Kane and Big Show. It's amazing. Right.
It's so...
But,
well, that's another...
discussion for another time?
Yeah, worst finishers, we could put that on. But my main point was, Rey Mysterio at least had his own unique moveset, along with the Eddie Guerrero tribute moves.
Okay.
As opposed to Chavo, who I don't see anything unique in what he does.
It's pathetic. It really is.
I'm not going to say it's pathetic. You could go ahead and say that. I just haven't said I don't see anything unique about it.
Like I said, it comes to a point where you can do it so... You can do it, it gets annoying when you see something all the time. Mm-hmm. It's new. Come up with something new. We've seen this already. Just go to WWE. He's done it there.
Right.
He did the Eddie Guerrero thing, Three Amigos. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
He brought the same gimmick he left in WWE and brought it right to TNA.
And he expects to get a different result.
It's not.
And for the most part,
because he has the Guerrero name. So what?
Maybe he still can. Again, TNA just loves making those WWE guys champion.
How about Chavo's making still there? So. How about making a cool storyline where Chavo goes ape blankety on Eddie because he never got as over as Eddie.
I don't know. I don't know how comfortable Chavo would be using his uncle in a storyline. Because
I think it'd be kind of cool. Because he never got past his uncle. He will never go past his uncle.
He won't.
Never. He won't. Never, ever, ever, ever. He will always be a mid-carder. There's talent, don't get me wrong. But the way I see it with him right now, he's doing the same stuff he did in WWE, took it to TNA, and it's still the same crap I've seen in WWE. So you know what? Time to change, Chavo. Come up with something new. At least try to.
Yeah.
Try.
Well, this was actually the team that none of us picked.
Oh, thank God.
To win.
I'd rather see Kazarian and Daniels hold the titles. But this match was, like I said, I just hated Hernandez doing the same move over and over again.
Yeah. Other than that, this was a good match.
It was a good match. Other than that, it was a very good match.
It was fast-paced. There was a lot of good action. A lot of good tag team chemistry in this. This is something you don't see in WWE.
No.
You don't see the teamwork that you see in TNA's tag team division. You don't see those moves where one guy hits something and it'll lead into somebody else's move, and then it'll be finished off with back to the other guy or whatever. In WWE, it's just, they beat up the guy, hot tag.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing over, and
hot tag, they go at it, blah blah blah, and that's it.
Yeah, it's I don't even know what to say about it. This just outclassed most of WWE's recent tag matches.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against the competitors. It's just how the matches are choreographed, and I don't know how much say the actual, because think about it. When you pair Kane and Daniel Bryan, what kind of tag team move do you expect them to be able to do together?
You got a good point. There were some
it's nothing against Kane and Daniel Bryan. Look, they
especially tag team, you had tag team finishers.
Because I think those two, they're singles wrestlers.
Yes.
That's what they are.
Oh,
but they just keep throwing Kane into these tag team matches.
Don't get me wrong. Kane was good with Taker.
Yeah, but they're brothers. They have a similar moveset.
Brothers,
it makes
destruction,
sense.
Stuff like that.
You had double choke slams.
Yep.
You had both of them hitting pile drivers at the same time, tombstones at the same time. Again, and the storyline makes it even harder, because if Kane and Daniel Bryan hate each other, why would they work together?
Touché. Touché.
And even when you see tag teams that like to work together, like let's say Team Rhodes Scholars.
Yeah.
They don't have anything like that either.
Well, I guess with I like tag team finishing moves. You had Legion of Doom. Yeah. You had their finisher.
Yeah.
You don't see stuff like that anymore.
No.
So
at least in the WWE.
Austin Aries and Bobby Roode retained.
Uh-huh.
This is the one I actually lost, because I would like to see Daniels and Kazarian with the titles, but
yeah. Which also makes you wonder. I guess the online reports about the contract.
Yep.
Either they got another one signed, or it was just a rumor.
Watch them losing on Thursday. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah. They lose the aces and eights. They have every title now. Go figure. Wait a minute.
Well, right?
Wait a minute. This sounds very familiar.
Oh boy.
What group had all the titles in WCW and pretty much ran the show? Mm. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it.
It starts with an N and ends with a W-O.
Oh! DX!
Yes.
Wait, really? They did hold the titles at one time. I think all of them did.
Well, Evolution did this too.
Evolution did it too.
Triple H was World Heavyweight, Randy Orton's Intercontinental, and Batista Ric Flair were tags. Tag champs.
So I really...
Well, let's go through it. What does Aces and Eights have right now? TNA World Heavyweight and TV.
TV,
right? Alright. Well, they still got a long ways to go.
So they still have the X Division?
Yeah.
Which you can give it to either Garrett Bischoff or Wes Briscoe.
Uh-huh.
You probably give the tag titles to Doc and Mike Knox.
Yes, Mike Knox.
Knox.
Oh,
you can't come up with a better name. You just change the O. You just call him Mike Knox.
Wow. Just when I heard that, I thought they just made a mistake in pronunciation, but then I find out they actually did try to change his name from Mike Knox to Mike Knox. Oh man. Score one for TNA
Mike
Creative.
Knox. What a good name. What a good wrestling name.
It's great.
Knox.
Now you can just Knox. Oh man. There's a lot of wonders going on in TNA backstage. I would like to point out that I noticed in the pay-per-view there was one guy sitting behind the announcers who had a I'm a Vince Russo guy.
Oh,
I want that shirt.
I want that. I want a Mike Nux shirt.
Mike Nux, yeah. That's going to be the shirt he comes out with. It doesn't have his face. It doesn't have any sort of slogan. It just says Mike Nux.
Where's TNA's creative gone? You just want to hear me out for a second. We're in the creative room, okay? We have to come up with someone with Mike. We have to come up with a different name for Mike Knox because WWE is gonna sue us.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do? They write it on the board. Let's change the O and put a U there and spell that Mike Nooks.
Mike Nux. That's beyond original. It speaks volumes about TNA's creative.
Oh my god! I thought I was done. Where what's his name? Bruce Pritchard said, "You can't see me." I thought I was done there, but now you change Mike Knox to Mike Nux. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing more you can say. The only thing we can say is that Bobby Roode and Austin Aries retained the titles.
Mike Nux.
How is it spelled?
That's what I'm trying to see how they spell it.
It's still spelled Knox. I guess whoever wrote the. I mean, maybe it's possible that they're leaving the O in and they just didn't change the way it's spelled.
Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Take this over. Wes Briscoe versus Kurt Angle.
Now, this was a match that
wait, quickly. Actually, you can take over the brawl that happened backstage with Taryn Terrell and.
Oh yeah. Kim. This is pretty funny because backstage Taryn Terrell is being interviewed about how she snapped, and she's just talking about how Gail Kim's been pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, and a girl can only take so much. And out of nowhere, and Rob said it, Gail Kim's going to come in. Out of nowhere, while Terrence Terrell is talking all calmly, you hear Gail Kim scream, "Bitch!" And just starts beating she tackles Terrence Terrell to the ground, just starts beating her down. Another extension comes flying out. Another one. During a backstage segment. So I don't know if this was a different extension, or if she attempted to put one of the other ones that fell out back in. But this was yet another confrontation between Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell. It does appear that there will be a new knockout competing in matches now. It will be interesting to see where this goes. That's all I can really say about that. In terms of the next match, now they're starting to put the cage together. Now they're bringing in the pieces, they're setting it up, because they're going to have the match between Kurt Angle and Wes Briscoe.
Yes.
All right. So now obviously
I think it would have to be KNUX.
KNUX?
Yeah.
KNUX. It might. I don't know.
I'm not going by like.
Just next time you watch TNA, watch it in closed caption.
Watch Mike Nux come to the ring.
Or just go to TNA's roster. Go to their website.
I'll try that.
All right.
Try that.
So this is a match where we all picked Kurt Angle to win, but I mentioned on the last show that I thought it's too obvious.
Yeah.
I feel like something's going to happen that could cause Kurt Angle to lose, interference or whatever. And yeah, that's what happened. Angle essentially had the match won twice. He had Wes Briscoe tapping out at one point. The ref was down.
Yeah.
And then the next time he won it was gave Wes Briscoe an angle slam, left the ring. He was outside the cage. Here comes the VP, D'Lo Brown.
Oh God!
Attacks Kurt Angle and throws him back in the ring, and pulls Wes Briscoe out. The ref at this point he's back up. He sees Wes Briscoe out of the ring and calls the match. It's over. Wes Briscoe is your winner. Kind of lame.
Kind of lame.
I mean, at least the result. I mean, Angle, he still looked good in the ring.
So Mike Nux is not even on the roster page.
love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Anyway, yeah, West Briscoe
Rob was
won.
disappointed that there was no
Moonsault.
Kurt Angle moonsault off the top of the cage.
That was very disappointing.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mike Nux can do a moonsault with the cage.
No, I don't even know what to say to that.
Unbelievable TNA creative. You could come up with something, just change. You could do something with Knox, put KNOCKS, like knocking on the door.
Maybe.
That's what they could have done.
I guess, yeah.
I'm baffled how they go from Mike Knox to Mike Knox.
Is that his real name though? That can't be his real name.
What?
Mike Knox.
What? What is his real name? We'll figure that out. We'll continue.
Next we have Lethal
Lockdown. Okay. Everyone knows what Lethal Lockdown is. What's supposed to happen was once all 10 wrestlers are in the ring, a giant structure is supposed to come down with weapons and stuff like that and lock them in.
Right.
We get nothing. It's just a steel cage match. That's all it was. But they add the lethal to it because Sting comes out with weapons, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's when the lethal comes in.
Yeah.
Not Jay Lethal. Lethal Lockdown. That's when the match, the weapons come into play and stuff like that. That's not. The Lethal Lockdown is with the cage coming down, have all the weapons and stuff like that. This was a joke.
What happened here was, that seems to be what replaced it. Because you did have, this is the first Lethal Lockdown match that I've watched. I have to go back and see what you guys are talking about with the top. I will check that out. But as for the match itself, again, I was entertained. I thought it was pretty cool. There were some stupid spots, though, that I really didn't get. They came out in order. We won't go into the order of how they came out and all that stuff. But it was a back and forth kind of thing. Samoa Joe has gained a lot of weight because when I saw him here, every time I see him.
Why is Jeremy Borash and him going to Dunkin' Donuts with Undertaker, Mark Henry, and Mysterio? I don't get it. What's the deal? Stop eating so much Boston cream donuts.
I don't know. Hey, those are good. But wait, what was I saying here?
You're talking about Samoa Joe's fattiness.
Yeah. And it's not me just saying he's fat because he's fat.
He's fat.
Scott Steiner. No, what I'm saying is during the match, I wanted to see if it was just me or if he really did gain a lot of weight. So what I did was during the match, I searched up a video of one of Samoa Joe's matches in the X Division, and yes, he's gotten much rounder than he was back then.
Oompa, loompa, doopa-dee-doo.
And I do wonder what Scott Steiner would say to Samoa Joe now.
You're fat!
I think he'd have to take it to the next level because now Samoa Joe really is...
Bunch of fat asses.
Fat asses.
Fat asses. Anyway, there were some okay spots in this match.
Yeah.
You had
Mike Knox's real name is Michael Sean
Hickenbottom.
Hickenbottom. No, it's not.
Oh.
Almost.
There were some decent spots in this match.
Yeah, there were.
You had the triple powerbomb suplex.
It looked like a circus.
It was a circus. It was like a circus act. Yeah. That was pretty cool. It was. After looking back at it, it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some, once Sting entered, with the weapons, they took total control.
But this was stupid because when Sting came in with the weapons, Team TNA started to dominate.
Oh, right away.
Dominated. But then there's one spot where Eric Young almost hit Sting with a bat. And then all of a sudden, Aces and Eights just starts beating on Team TNA.
What?
Just out of nowhere, this momentum shift where every Aces and Eights member started fighting back and gained the upper hand against a respective TNA representative.
What's the spot again? Eric Young's going to hit Sting, and that's when we all come back. Oh, that's a pretty good spot. Let's use that. Come on, man.
But it's not even... It's like... Everybody just got second life. All of a sudden, they just started getting up and beating down Team TNA. That's all that happened.
What a sudden change.
And then after that ridiculous change, it got a little better. It went back to a small back and forth thing with Eric Young having a very nice spot.
A lot of headshots, like with weapons and stuff.
A lot of headshots with trash can lids and all that.
Cookie sheets.
They
always use the cookie sheets. I don't know why.
But we had Sting tell Eric Young to do his elbow drop.
Yes, but not from the second.
Not from the top rope. From the top of the cage.
From the top of the cage. And Eric Young looks scared.
I'd be scared too.
He looks scared, and I think that legitimately hurt. From an elbow drop from that high, I think it actually hurt.
It has to. But, I mean, he's a trained professional wrestler, so I'm sure he could take it.
Yeah, I feel bad for who took the bump, though.
Who took the bump?
Either Luke Gallows or Mike Nux.
You mean Doc or Mike Nux?
Doc, sorry. But this is one of the better matches.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, good spots. Just that one stupid momentum shift was ridiculous. But other than that, I enjoyed this match.
Almost hit Sting. Let's go!
And I will say, this pay-per-view did pick up.
It did.
Because
it did pick up a little bit.
The X Division match.
But I think it picked up way too late.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Because at that point, we go to our main event.
This is what everyone's been waiting for. Bully Ray.
Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy. Now, a lot of people kept saying over the internet that this could be a good match, a great match. I said okay at best, and this is why. They've had so many better tag team matches, never one-on-one. If I can't remember, I've never actually seen them one-on-one.
Yeah.
This actually might be a first for me, because I don't remember if they maybe like 2000, 2001, 2002 they might have wrestled in singles matches, but not for a title.
Yeah.
You're going for now the TNA World Title. Back then they were going for WWE Tag Team titles.
Right.
Which they put on amazing ladder matches, TLC matches, tables matches, we know the whole shindig. Now, TNA World Heavyweight title is on the line. I wouldn't say like it's compared to the WWE title, but still, it's
their most prestigious title.
It's their most prestigious, whatever you want to call it.
Prestigious.
Blah 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 blah. Great title. I think the NWA title was bigger than this title.
Oh, it is.
Because when I watched, that was the title. That was the title to have. Because the TNA title didn't exist.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they booted TNA away, NWA away, and now we have the TNA title. I think they should bring back that belt, but it's now currently in Ring of Poopy.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It's in Ring of Poopy.
Wow.
That's where that title went. For people who don't know, that's where the NWA title is now. It's in our Ring of Poopy. I still think it is. If not, I think they did away with it. I hope. It's a great title. I liked it. Did this match
live up to the hype?
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed by it. Again, because I didn't set high expectations for it.
A lot of people did.
I don't understand why.
They called it a great. This could be a great match.
And I didn't get why. It certainly wasn't a bad match. It was good.
No.
At worst, it was a good match. And there were some spots, one in particular.
Yes.
That
we do have to address.
Yes, it was a powerbomb from the top of the cage. Well, Jeff Hardy was trying to escape. He was at the corner at the top, and Bully Ray got a hold of him and powerbombed him from the top of the cage where he was at. And I noticed that it wasn't a clean powerbomb. It wasn't right on his back.
He landed on his head.
He landed on his shoulders, and I guess on his head as well. Because it's being reported that Jeff Hardy got a concussion.
Yes, he did.
So,
who knows how long he could be out for? They said they had to help him out to the back. People thought he was selling the hammer shot, but he was suffering from the powerbomb.
Yeah.
Word is backstage that Hardy is in a great deal of pain.
Yeah.
So we all know how concussions are. This could be a week to God knows how long.
Yeah.
Really. So I don't expect, if this is true, that he has a concussion, don't expect to see him back for quite a while.
Especially if he's had other concussions. which is likely.
Yeah.
With the way he takes risks and everything, it's very likely that this isn't his first concussion. So they're going to have to take precautions.
Now let's get to the end of the match.
Yes, let's.
Aces and eights. Well, the first time 2 people come in, West Briscoe and Gap Bischoff, they take care of him.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 4 people of aces and eights show up.
Yeah,
now,
there's 2 spots where aces and eights showed up. It was
yes.
Briscoe and Bischoff were both thrown out of the ring by Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy. And this is where we thought, the heel turn would come. Yep. But it didn't. They just fought together and threw both of them out of the ring. Then there's another spot where Hulk Hogan and Brooke Hogan came out.
Hulk Hogan,
excuse me. They just came out to support Bully.
Yes. Come on, Bully! Yay!
We should have seen that. We should have known something. Well, we did know something was going to happen once they come out.
Yes.
Because what happened here, I guess I can understand why they wouldn't have the Hogans backstage for it. You want to have their reaction, right? Mm-hmm. Because they got to be a part of everything. I'm just surprised Sting didn't come out too.
Yeah, right.
He's got to be a part of everything. But you had them cheering on Bully Ray, and then I hear Hogan say "Aces and Eights," and Aces and Eights shows up. They climb the ring. They get inside, and the way Bully is looking at Devon, or the way Devon's looking at Bully, I figured, all right, yeah, it's definitely Bully Ray.
Yes.
Everybody knew this was coming. Throws him a hammer. Bully Ray looks at one of the other Aces and Eights members and then smacks Jeff Hardy with it. And there's your heel turn.
Yo, freaking figure.
He pins...
Out of all the people, you build this storyline, it's Bubba. It's Bully Ray.
Bully Ray is the leader of Aces and Eights.
It should have been Mike Knox.
See, I didn't... Look, Bully Ray, a Bully Ray heel turn, I get it.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
And Rob put it best. He said they just keep putting him back with Devon.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
amazing. Go figure, he is the president. He called Brooke Hogan a bitch.
Oh, yes. One of the best lines, he said, Hogan, I used you. Brooke, I screwed you.
And Hogan gets all pissed.
And of course, Taz is marking out for Aces and Eights.
I love it. I love
it. I think he said something like, "It's a good day to be a bad son of a bitch."
It's a good day to be a bad son of a bitch.
I might have mixed 2 of them together, but. Again,
imagine Ted DiBiase and Taz announcing. Just
no, but they didn't even compare. Get Taz out of there. Just have Ted DiBiase.
I mean, they have the laughter together, so it works.
How dare you compare Taz's laugh to the $1 Million Man? How dare you?
Well, it's similar. It's close. Just shaking your no.
No, it's not.
Oh God. Check Bully.
Oh, and then we have the fans throwing litter into the ring. The fans...
What does this remind you of?
Let's see.
Come on.
I'm trying to think.
Come on.
Trying to think. Oh.
Come on.
I don't know. Triple H heel turn.
No, you silly person, you. 1996 Bash of the Beach.
Ah, yes. The infamous Hulk Hogan heel turn.
As plans, first thing Ant-Man said.
Yeah, this happened yesterday. I said, when I saw stuff being thrown into the ring, I yelled out, plants. But Rob and John, they said, I don't know, that looks like a lot of plants. Right?
Yeah.
You guys didn't think they were plants, but I figured the reason I thought they were plants was because they all started throwing stuff into the ring at the same time. You had at least like a group of people throw bottles like at the same time, and then everybody else throws in. Because in all honesty, with plants, all you need is get that first group of people throwing stuff, and then the rest of the fans will throw it. Yep. Because the fans think they're actual fans. Yeah. They don't know they're plants. So obviously. The fans joined in, and it did, they tried to do something reminiscent of the Bash at the Beach.
Oh, this is also
Or also Paul Heyman's WWE ECW heel turn in with the Big Show.
Yeah.
Where they started throwing stuff in the ring.
So no, it will be Nux. It's KNUX.
Okay.
Mike Nux. It's official.
Okay.
As we said, TNA had a few fans planted in the crowd last night during the pay-per-view, throwing trash at aces and eights after the Bully Ray heel turn. The feeling was once their plants started throwing trash, the rest of the crowd would follow, and they did.
Yeah. Yeah, it works. I mean, that's how sheep will work.
So that ends Lockdown. Bully Ray is healed again.
And this one can nailed Bully Ray in the chest.
Right in the chest. That was a good throw by the guy. Whoever threw that.
As he was talking, you just plack right in his chest. This can nails him.
TNA new World Heavyweight Champion is Bully Ray.
Yep.
I kind of had the feeling. I think I picked
Hogan
Bully Ray.
yelling, "You're a dead man! You're a dead man!" and Brooke crying, hitting the cage.
I think it did pretty well on this.
Bully Ray?
No, I did pretty good on this pay-per-view. I missed one match.
Oh, okay.
So I missed a tag team match, but I had Team TNA. I had Bully Ray winning. That closes the show. You have Taz laughing.
Good time.
I love it. Yeah, it was like a disapproval. Taz, I love Taz. I'm Taz's #1 fan.
Well, I am interested in seeing the aftermath of this.
Yes.
Admit it, you want to see TNA now. You want to see Impact.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
I may tune in. I'm not sure yet. It may. Overall, this pay-per-view wasn't as good. A lot of people are giving it like a 4, 5 around there. I give this pay-per-view like a 3.
Okay. I guess in your eyes, it couldn't redeem itself from the first half of the show.
No, the first half of the show really took it out for me. At that point, I gave up. I mean, like I said, the TNA Lethal Lockdown match was good. Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy was okay. The tag team match was great, but other than that, the rest of the pay-per-view...
Not impressive.
Not impressive. The X Division was good, but like I said, there was a couple of...
You just expect so much more from the X Division.
Yes, and there shouldn't be botches. No botches. Come on. You guys know better. Trying to do a backflip. Unbelievable. Especially off of someone's back.
Mm-hmm.
Just what are you thinking?
It could work. It could work.
It could work.
Slipped. That's all.
Yeah, and they showed it twice.
Yes.
All right, let's show a botch twice. Unless that was supposed to happen.
Who knows?
Who knows? But a lot of people were saying like the highlight of the pay-per-view was Bully Ray saying "Let the bitch cry."
Yeah, he said that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that was the highlight of the night. Let the bitch cry. Like I said, this was not a good pay-per-view. Like a lot of people are giving it a 4, a 5. I give it a 3.
Okay.
Ant-Man.
I gotta give it credit. I mean, it did. One thing I liked about this pay-per-view is that it ordered its matches much better than the WWE orders.
Oh, it does.
Like I like the order of the card. You know, I hate it when WWE puts the World Heavyweight so early in the night.
What are you going by? How they did that, or by how the matches
I'll go
work?
by the entire pay-per-view. I would also give it probably a 4 or 5. Maybe a 5, because I was entertained. It's not like I wanted to shoot myself during the pay-per-view. But I did expect a lot more from something that's for the X Division match. The Joey Ryan, Joseph Parks, although I thought, it was pretty funny. Do you really need that on the card?
Yeah.
Did it have to be that long?
Are you right?
What's another one? I was let down by the Knockouts match. I've always made a point in saying that the Knockouts outclass the WWE Divas in terms of the match quality, and this wasn't anything special. It wasn't. So quite a few of the matches were letdowns, but I do feel like it was all right. It was all right for a pay-per-view. Yeah, I would probably give it a 5.
Okay, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a lot of news to cover that just happened over the recent weeks. Obviously, the quick thing with Scott Hall,
Yes.
What is
an
update on Scott Hall? He is 40 something days sober. They started an Indiegogo thing online. 80,000 for a hip replacement surgery. He's already gotten like 44,000.
Okay.
It's looking good for him. Jake Roberts also has to go for a surgery.
Okay.
Has to go for an arm surgery. That was 9,000, raised almost 28,000.
All right.
So, Jake Roberts is 110 days sober.
Okay.
I congratulate him. He looks in way better shape as he did. If you look at August 2012 and you look at him now, he looks better than Samoa Joe.
Yeah, he does.
He looks in way better shape than Samoa Joe. So I give those guys.
So wait, would you say Samoa Joe? You've been saying about Jeremy Borash, but would you say Samoa Joe's been hanging out with Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio?
Yes, add him too. Add him too.
Okay.
This is sad. They have to stop eating. This is ridiculous now. Let's see what else is going on. The CM Punk squashed Zack Ryder in a match. I guess was at a house show.
Must have been.
Ryder, this is what you get for opening your big fat mouth.
Yeah.
With Rey Mysterio out of action and Kofi Kingston doing promotional work, CM Punk's opponent for Friday and Saturday's Raw live events was Zack Ryder. Fans in attendance noticed that Punk squashed Ryder, who got no offense in at all. Punk ended the match by crossing Ryder's arm over his chest and mocking The Undertaker's trademark pin.
Okay. Well, yeah, Triple H did that too last year. In the Road to WrestleMania, Triple H actually did a Tombstone Piledriver.
Okay.
If you remember that.
Chris Jericho returned to action.
Okay.
He's back, which is good. I like Chris Jericho. A lot of people are in TNA. They're having this 10-year anniversary or reunion. A lot of knockouts are turning down the offer. So far, Awesome Kong has turned down. Tracy, what's her name? Tracy Brooks. Turned down. Let's see, who else? Because I just had it. Give me a second. There it is. Awesome Kong was another one. Angelina Love and Tracy Brooks all turned down offers. Awesome Kong's going to be at Shimmer.
Okay.
So,
under Amazing Kong, right?
Amazing Kong. Doesn't matter. New WrestleMania pre-show.
Really?
Yes. They will, according to Stephanie McMahon, reveal that this week's XXSXSW event that they have changed plans for WrestleMania 29 YouTube pre-show this year. Not only will the pre-show be 1 hour for WrestleMania, but it will have more interactive features, and the fans will be able to vote on stipulations or a match that will affect WrestleMania 29's pay-per-view later that night. What do you think of that?
Of the interactive thing? I wanted my WrestleMania pre-show Battle Royal that has no prize. I want, because it's just funny how that works. How it's just a way to get the mid-carders onto WrestleMania so they stop complaining. But even sometimes that doesn't work because they realize that it's just a way to get them on. And how usually the winner gets nothing, or they at least get like a title shot for the U.S. title.
That would have been nice. And this is going to be a change because they're actually going to think about doing this for other pay-per-views.
Okay, but what is this going to do?
I don't know.
Do we vote on what kind of match we want to see or something? Or?
Something like that, or whatever, like stipulation for the matches, or.
That's weird. I really don't know how that's going to work. It would probably be the stipulation, and this sucks because you know that the fan interactive things are a load of garbage.
Yes. Obviously.
I don't know who they're fooling anymore. Obviously the kids, but I mean, they know that their demographic has a lot of 21 to, let's say, 30-year-olds.
Yes.
They all are very much aware that our votes don't mean anything.
That is true. Our votes mean absolutely nothing. It's all set pretty much. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but a lot of people have this feeling that Taker is retiring after WrestleMania 29. Okay. Do you see that happening?
After WrestleMania 29?
Win or lose.
Win or lose.
Is it time for him to hang up the boots?
I gotta wonder. It is a big possibility. It's a possibility. Again, I wonder how legit those injuries were leading into him finally saying yes, he can do WrestleMania. I gotta believe most of them were legitimate.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. I really don't know. I could see him retiring here, but I would figure that he'd at least want to get to 30, I guess. Which is too bad because 20-0 seems like such a much cleaner number than 21-0. It looks like it should end at 20-0, but it will go on to 21-0, I guess.
Yeah.
Or 20, even 22-0, I guess. You probably want to make it like an even number.
He's not going to wrestle 7 more years. Oh, like maybe 4 or 5.
30-0.
No, 25. 25 would be a good number, but I would have liked it to see it rest on 20.
Yeah.
I think it's a good number to rest on.
Yeah, and even, like I said, I mean, it was in a good position where, even if that happened to be his last match against Triple H, he did still have the end of an era title to it. But, I mean, I guess that lost a lot of its hype, too, because, look, it's the second one. Once in a lifetime, they do it again.
Yeah.
End of an era match, both of the guys are wrestling again this year. Go figure, right?
Go figure. Obviously, WrestleMania, there are names without a WrestleMania match.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of them is Wade Barrett.
Okay.
He's your current Intercontinental Champion. Correct?
Yes.
What do you do with him?
I don't know. As of this moment. Yeah, because he had a little pointless thing there with Sheamus, which I still can't explain.
I don't know.
And it seems like they're backing off of that, because even Wade Barrett, he's poking fun at The Miz now.
Yeah.
And, well, they're both going back and forth about, whose movie was bigger. And whose role was bigger in their movie.
Doesn't matter.
But, I mean, it seems like Sheamus is not going to do anything with Wade Barrett, because he seems to be involved with The Shield.
I don't know. I don't get it.
And Wade Barrett is just, at this point, the only one I see who he's even interacting with is the Miz.
Yes.
I don't know what happened to the Bo Dallas thing. They just dropped it. I guess.
Right. Just out of nowhere, they just dropped it. It's typical WWE. I'm not shocked they've done it.
Yeah, they've done this many times before.
Next, hate bringing his name up, but The Miz.
Yeah.
Former WWE champion, current prodigy of Ric Flair.
That's just dumb.
It is.
But I would figure that since I guess Ric Flair would make an appearance at WrestleMania as his manager, and it would have to be for some type of title that has.
It seems like Antonio Cesaro for the U.S. title.
Again, didn't Cesaro just end that?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with Cesaro?
Well, he just had an awesome match with Sin Cara. He had an incredible match with Sin
Cara
Cara
as a possibility
on main event. You could do that, and I feel like those two could have a potential really good match at WrestleMania. They had it on main event. The question is, can they do it in front of a much bigger crowd?
Oh, you're right.
Outdoors,
Very true.
But then I would figure that you could have Cesaro and Sin Cara, and then they'll probably push Miz and Barrett.
Yep.
But I mean, the thing I've noticed is that lately WrestleMania they don't always defend every title anymore.
Yeah, right.
Because I remember WrestleMania 20, I believe, was every title was defended, I think.
Yes.
Women's title was defended, Victoria Molly Holly. There was a Cruiserweight Open.
Oh, okay.
You had a U.S. title match between Big Show and John Cena. Wow, John Cena for the U.S. title.
Yeah, right?
I can't believe it was that long ago. Intercontinental title, no, excuse me, the Intercontinental title is not up for grabs. Randy Orton, Batista, and Ric Flair faced The Rock and Mick Foley.
Yes.
That's what it was. So, excuse me, but every title except for the Intercontinental title, I believe, was up for grabs.
Yes.
That night. I know both tag teams had like fatal 4-way matches for them.
Ready for the next one that I'm skipping?
Oh,
Zack Ryder. Who cares? Kofi Kingston.
Okay.
Former Intercontinental Champion. In fact, Kofi has won every WWE title except for one.
And that would be the
WWE title.
Yeah.
And the World Heavyweight, but who's counting?
Basically, he's kept out of the main event.
Pretty much.
That's what it's been.
I think I see him in a match where. Let's see.
Well, who was beating him down? Sandow one night, and R-Truth made the save?
Yeah, it's going back and forth between, it's going back and forth. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're going to have a tag team match, Team Road Scholars
A
versus
lot of
Kofi and
guys. There's
R-Truth.
just a lot of guys on this roster who you don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you could fix all this by putting in a Money in the Bank match.
Exactly. That's what you have to do. I'm convinced now.
That's what you could do. You could fix all this by putting in a Money in the Bank match. But, Rob has convinced me that they won't do that because they have a pay-per-view that revolves around that.
Yes. And last but not least, Dolph Ziggler. If he doesn't cash in Money in the Bank, I will boo him when he comes out and boo him when he leaves. And I hope he's the first one to lose it. Because if he doesn't cash it at WrestleMania, you know what? I've given up hope. I've given up hope now. I mean, he's gonna lose tonight in whatever match he's in.
Yeah.
If he wins a match, let's say the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
End of the world. I'll be shocked if he wins a match. Yeah, that's pretty much it for those 5 superstars. Like Zack Ryder, who cares?
Right.
He's pretty much
everybody knows
done.
He's not going to be doing anything. So
no. Obviously Raw's tonight.
Brock Lesnar will be there.
A lot of people are actually going to be here. Undertaker, Lesnar, Triple H, Jericho, and The Rock will not be there tonight.
Okay.
That bothers me a bit.
All right.
Because you are on the road to WrestleMania.
Okay.
You are 4 weeks away?
I believe so.
4 weeks away, and you're missing a big Raw.
Right. Well,
Not
I mean,
good.
the thing they did was they already established. They already established his confrontation with John Cena.
Yes.
It's up to John Cena to build up that match this week. Again, I don't think it loses too much by not having The Rock there because you do have other feuds you have to build right now.
Yeah.
You have to start building this card because as of right now, this card is not impressive.
No.
So start getting on that. It seems like Ryback Mark Henry will be a match. I hope it's just not another Goldberg Brock Lesnar match. I really hope it's not.
Oh, what? Is the match over? That's
then
gonna be me, by the way.
You're gonna have some sort of diva match, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Tamina Snuka versus I was gonna say Kelly there. Caitlyn.
Yeah.
For the Divas Championship.
You will probably have a tag match for the titles.
Yeah, most likely.
Right.
So
that's 3 more right there.
Quick preview for Raw. Only match announced tonight was the New Age Outlaws versus Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena right back at Sheamus versus The Shield is advertised locally.
Okay.
Lesnar and Paul Heyman will respond to Triple H's WrestleMania 29 challenge on tonight's show. How will Big Show react to The Shield?
Well, he fought The Shield off on Friday Night SmackDown.
Okay.
It's weird because on that edition of SmackDown, earlier in the night, he was blaming it on Sheamus and Randy Orton.
Go figure.
And it seemed like, he was just saying, I wasn't aiming for the Shield, I just knock out whoever's in my way. But again, I mean, in this edition of SmackDown, the Shield wasn't in his way.
Okay.
They were beating down Sheamus and Randy Orton, and Big Show got involved and fought him off. And then chokeslammed Randy Orton, and then got bro kicked.
Unbelievable.
I guess it's got to be a face turn.
Yeah.
Because he's getting attacked by the Shield now. At some point, I feel like he's going to be teamed up with Orton and Sheamus.
Most likely.
So, I guess that's another match that we'll see.
How will CM Punk try to get under the Undertaker's skin?
Well, this is the question most people are asking. Will he bring up Paul Bearer?
Balls in his court.
Yeah.
That's, I was trying to explain to someone how he can go full-blown heel as not getting cheers, just people really hate him.
Right.
I think that's one, because he still gets cheers.
Yeah, he still does.
He still gets cheers, even though it's from Smarks, but other fans too, or just fans of CM Punk.
Exactly.
I think if you want to get him heel, you bring up Paul Bearer, and it works. He just goes with it.
Yeah.
Like, Paul Bearer's dead, your manager's dead, and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Just go, even though it doesn't mean it, but it works for storyline.
Yeah.
It works for storyline. Will not Fandango make an appearance?
I want him to make an appearance.
No, he's not.
I want him to.
His
make
gimmick
an
sucks.
No,
move on.
That's who he really is. That's not his gimmick.
No, his gimmick sucks.
It's not a gimmick.
His gimmick.
That's his personality.
Sucks.
No.
Sucks.
No.
Sucks.
And you're saying his name wrong, so.
Feng Loser. Anyway.
That's very wrong. That's not even the same
What do Rhodes Scholars have planned for New Age Outlaws?
They're gonna lose.
Who?
Rhodes Scholars.
Oh, I thought it was New Age Outlaws.
No, please.
Let me tell you, they actually look good in that tag match, though.
They did. They did. Everything looked good
impressed.
except for Billy Gunn's hair.
Yeah. Time to cut it there, Billy Gunn. Love you, but time to... You're balding, man.
Right.
Just... Road Dogg took to it. Triple H took to it. HBK, not so much. That's why he wears a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Time for you to get rid of it. And does Brock Lesnar have a sinister plan in store for Triple H?
Ridiculous. A sinister plan for Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I give up.
I give up.
Enough with the laugh. He does it again.
That should be the whole show. It's okay, man.
I know it is.
It's okay. It's okay. Let the tears out. It's okay.
I'm not crying. I'll probably be crying at WrestleMania. This WrestleMania is so bad.
Had to waste $50 on this ticket. It's okay, but
Hope not.
no, I think we're gonna have fun.
No, we will.
It's all about
the
having
experience
fun.
I always hear is pretty good.
We're front row, so we have the greatest tickets in the world.
Yes, we do.
Front row, baby. Yeah, can't wait.
Uh-huh.
So that pretty much does it for wrestling news. Triple H is trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to induct Bruno Sammartino.
Right.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. It's still kind of random.
It is random, very random.
But it would be funny.
Yeah, I think that pretty much does it for wrestling news. There's not much really to there's other stuff to talk about in wrestling, but like I said, just lockdown's over with. Tune into Impact, the return of AJ Styles, yay!
Yes, this should be interesting. Very interesting. Can't wait.
Someone actually, obviously that match is happening. Ryback versus Mark Henry. Money in the Bank will not happen. That's a possible match for Dolph.
Right.
That I didn't think about.
Which one?
Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler.
Well, that's the only one that makes sense right now because all he does is lose to everybody else, but for some reason he can beat Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Because he's Jobber Jericho.
True.
So, he put two jobbers together. One of them is hell-bent on putting the world over by losing to them, so I guess you could have that. Right?
Yeah. That would work. Yeah, so that pretty much does it for wrestling. A lot has been going on in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, yes. Team USA, congrats for moving on.
Yes.
I didn't think it'd happen with that first, R.A. Dickey blowing it.
Yeah. I'm starting to think it's a good trade by the Mets.
Possibly, yeah.
It's starting to work out for them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a certain incident that happened.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Team Canada versus Mexico. Top 9. I don't know who the player name was.
A bunt was laid down.
A bunt was laid down went down to third baseline.
A Canadian, he laid a bunt.
Now, the way that the rules or tiebreakers go by is most runs.
Yeah.
So, I understand what Team Canada was doing.
Yeah.
Just in case they do have to get into that tiebreaker.
Right.
It goes by runs.
Exactly. But Team Mexico, for some reason, isn't smart enough to put this together. So, they decide that they're just trying to rub it in. That they're just trying to run up the score.
So, the third baseman tells the pitcher to hit the next batter.
Mm-hmm.
First pitch is inside. Second pitch is inside. Third hits him in the back, and here we go. The fight breaks loose. Bench is clear.
Yeah.
just people throwing each other, fists are flying.
I gotta say, there's a few Mexicans there who got beat down.
Yes.
That's what I noticed during this match. I'm like, who would win in a fight between a Canadian and a Mexican? Oh, the Canadians. Because you gotta remember, hey, that's even though they're playing baseball, that's still hockey town. Those guys know how to fight.
They do know how to fight.
And
let me tell you.
They took the Mexicans down. Boy, that was not pretty.
Yeah, and we
not
saw
pretty
it
at all. And you could tell the difference between these Canadian players from up there, who hang around those hockey players every now and then. They were throwing some fists.
Yeah.
They weren't doing the hugging thing that you usually see in baseball fights. They were throwing straight up shots, and some of them connected.
Up.
And then you had one of Team Mexico's closer. He had the right idea. The best offense you could have. He stared down.
You're so intimidating doing that.
He made a poopy face
I'm
to
afraid.
some Canadian
I'm afraid.
players.
You go back to San Francisco, please.
Yeah.
Do me the favor. I think they're done anyway. I think they're eliminated.
Yeah.
I hope. I believe they are. I think 1 and 2. Yeah, they're done. Praise the Lord. Go back to Mexico, and then fans start throwing stuff at Team Canada.
Right. Yeah.
How effed up's that?
This I don't really want to get into political stuff. I don't want to get into race stuff, or whatever. But
you're at a baseball. Why would you throw stuff? This is the World Baseball Classic.
I don't know.
This is not even a Major League Baseball game.
Yeah. And again, it's the stuff was being thrown at the Canadians, so you know where the fans were from, right?
Mexico.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I really don't. Because they act the same way in soccer games.
They do.
Whenever Team USA goes down there.
What a joke, man. What a joke.
Bunch of class acts. But, I mean, they're eliminated. They're going to be eliminated soon, right?
I think they're done.
So, I mean, we get to see less of those fans anyway.
Yes.
So.
Thank God. Oh, God. Oh, wait. No, they're eliminated. Yay. There wasn't that much to cover. I mean, we saw the game in the morning.
Right.
Ended up being a pretty good game.
Yeah,
Cuba. It's funny. Like I said, it's funny when we leave. It's 6-4. All of a sudden, we come back at 6-6. Netherlands win.
Yeah.
With a walk-off.
I can't believe Cuba's out.
RBI. Yeah, a lot of people are upset about Cuba.
Hey, but like I said, the Netherlands, that's your dark horse. That's your
they're my dark horse. Now, they play tomorrow, but both teams are in Japan and the Dutch, so the game means nothing.
Yeah.
As for down in Pool 2, as they like to call it, USA moved on, Italy moved on, Dominican Republic moved on, and Puerto Rico moved on.
All right.
So, for Tuesday, we have the Netherlands versus Japan.
Right.
Italy versus Dominican Republic. And Puerto Rico versus the United States of America. Your thought on those?
Last baseball classic, there was a classic between Puerto Rico and Team USA.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
And I remember who got the game winning. Was it Kevin? It was David Wright.
Yes, it was.
It was David Wright. Oddly enough, he's the one who gave the U.S. the momentum they needed to win this game against Canada.
Mm-hmm.
David Wright in the clutch, for Team USA.
Go figure. Can you do it for the Mets?
There's just not that same inspiration,
Inspiration.
No, but it's going to be tough. Obviously, Team Puerto Rico looks pretty strong. Hey, but I mean, Team USA, they had that first loss, tough loss, and then they come back and win. They move on.
Oh, they lost to Mexico.
Yeah, thanks to R.A. Dickey.
Yeah, thanks to R.A. Dickey. Go back to Toronto. Useless. Anyway.
No, Team USA looks pretty promising. I'm not going to say they're going to win the whole thing, but I mean, I'll definitely watch that game. It's not. Yeah. It's not going to be like, oh, they're going to get killed. I'm not going to skip this. I'm going to skip this one. I'm not going to be doing that. So, Puerto Rico will probably win though. It depends who's pitching. Yeah,
that's true.
What's the pitching matchup?
They don't have it up yet.
All right. Well.
Italy and Dominican Republic. I got Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And I got Japan annihilating the Netherlands. But even though I want the Dutch to win, I've come to terms after seeing the 14-6 loss.
Okay.
The ass whooping they gave the Dutch. I see Japan just killing them in this game. But like I said, the game doesn't even matter. Right. Both are in, so China. I think these are just quick update on who's out.
All right.
Give me a second. Cuba out. Chinese Taipei is out.
Are you sure Cuba's out?
Korea and Australia is out, and Cuba is out. They said it already. It was do or die. Losers eliminated.
Wow.
And Netherlands move on, so you get Japan versus Netherlands. And Pool 2, Spain's eliminated, Venezuela's eliminated.
Okay.
Which is actually quite shocking. And Canada and Mexico are both eliminated. Pool 2 didn't start yet, so the elimination games are tomorrow. Opening game 1 and 2 are tomorrow.
Okay.
Like I said, it should be fun to watch. So
it will be. It will be. It's just I'm glad baseball's back. And now it's gonna get interesting to the point where we can actually watch it. Beginning of time, so that'll help.
Like I said, seemed like it's getting well. Like I said, I was excited over Dutch winning.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if I made that sleeper pick, I'd be excited too.
I think it's a good sleeper. I have feeling in the Dutch, but even though I want USA to win, you know, it's here USA and stuff like that. But I'm hoping they have the right team to move forward. It seems like they have the hitting and the pitching.
Okay. And
now it's just molded all together. You know.
I see. All right.
Molded all together. Raw's tonight. I mean, we're gonna tune in, of course. Impact on Thursday.
Yep.
We'll have the Raw review tomorrow. Try to get through Raw tonight. The TV survived for TNA, so it's gonna survive for Raw. It didn't explode, which was nice. But yeah, anything else you wanna?
No, I think we covered everything. That was my first TNA pay-per-view. It was not a letdown. You know, I didn't have my expectations super high, so it was. I enjoyed watching it.
People who did have this expectations like high on this pay-per-view.
Why? But just because it's Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy in the main event? I mean, come on.
Do you really see that good? Now bring those two back in TNA. Bring them back to WWE.
They'll still be tag team.
Wow.
Well, no, Jeff Hardy will he was in more or less the main event when he left. You know?
But now
he did get past that tag team thing.
But do you see them pushing Bully Ray as they're doing in TNA?
I don't think so. It would depend if they signed Devon as well.
I can't see him as he's doing well as a singles competitor. Mm-hmm. I just can't see him in WWE as a singles competitor.
Well, at this point I don't see it either.
Right?
I don't see WWE embracing his look. You know, he doesn't look like the typical superstar.
Yeah.
And I don't see them taking too kindly to that, so.
Are we going to start talking about the old WrestleManias?
Yes, we will.
We'll start getting into that this week. I guess we can do WrestleMania 1 and 2 tomorrow. If we have time, or we'll do that Wednesday.
Maybe Wednesday.
We'll do that Wednesday. We'll cover WrestleMania 1, 2. We'll go 3, 4, 5, 6, and go on from there. WrestleMania is 4 weeks away.
Yep.
It's getting closer and closer.
Indeed it is.
And the more closer it gets, the more exciting it gets, you know? And like I said, that whole week leading up to WrestleMania, you know, there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Access, Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to prove that MetLife Stadium's in New Jersey.
Yes.
We'll
show you the stadium.
We'll have a little, we're going to be going around WrestleMania 29 asking people a few questions. We're going to try to promote the show a bit.
Okay.
I want to know who people are there. Who are they there to see?
Yeah.
Rock or John Cena? Or anybody. Like some people may go to see The Undertaker.
Or Jinder Mahal.
That's going to wrap the show for today. Because he had to say those evil words.
There's no... Jinder Mahal's not evil.
3-man jobber band.
I don't know who that is.
Jobber.
I know who the 3MB is.
Jobber. They're a bunch of jobbers. Jobbers.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Jobbers.
I don't know who you're referring to. Alright, this is Ant.
I'm John.
Later.
Later.